Tuff pulled the ride and walked off the line early on. I love it.
On March 2nd, 1963, Richard Neal Tuff Hedeman was born in El Paso, Texas. Tuff, whose parents worked at several racetracks, grew up surrounded by horses and cattle as the youngest of 7 children. He was as young as 6 years old when he first adopted the nickname Tuff. Richard was not hurt when an elderly rancher unintentionally closed a truck door on his palm. Instead, he remained silent. Inspired by his ruggedness, the cowboy gave him the nickname Tough Nut, which was eventually abbreviated to Tuff. Hedeman's early exposure to the rodeo world came naturally. At the tender age of 4, he rode his first bull, which is actually just a calf, at the Upper Valley Arena. This arena was built by his father and other workers from Sunland Park Racetrack, where Tuff spent most of his childhood. Tuff's original dream was to become a jockey. At the age of 8, he began working as a groom at the Ruidoso racecourse. He began riding and training racehorses before school at the age of 15. His dreams of becoming a jockey were, however, crushed by a growth spurt in his teens when he gained too much weight for the position. This misfortune proved to be a godsend, since it gave Tuff the freedom to devote all of his attention to rodeo, especially bull riding. During high school, Tuff was a competitive rodeo rider at Coronado High. In addition to bull riding, saddle bronc riding, steer wrestling, and roping, he competed in several other sports. During his junior and senior years in high school, he proved his mettle by winning multiple rodeo titles. After graduating high school in 1981, Tuff's rodeo career took off. He won a rodeo scholarship to Sul-Ross State University in Alpine, Texas, where he continued to hone his skills. In 1983, Hedeman captured the bull riding title at the National Collegiate Finals, an impressive feat that saw him successfully riding a bull that had bucked off every professional cowboy at the National Finals Rodeo. That same year, Hedeman took his first step towards becoming a professional rodeo cowboy by purchasing his Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, or PRCA, permit. He wasted no time in proving his worth, winning $2,000 at a single rodeo in El Paso, double the amount needed to fulfill his permit requirements and become a full-fledged PRCA card holder. As Hedeman transitioned into professional bull riding, his reputation for fearlessness and skill quickly grew. He became known for his willingness to ride the rankest bulls, those considered the most difficult and dangerous to ride. This approach not only earned him high scores, but also the admiration of fans who were drawn to the sport's inherent danger and excitement. Early in the 1990s and late in the 1980s, Hedeman's notoriety began to grow. In 1986, he won his first PRCA World Championship and broke the record with $137,061 in earnings. His amazing run that saw him win 2 more PRCA World Championships in 1989 and 1991 began with this triumph. Throughout this period, Hedeman's consistency and skill were unmatched. He qualified for the National Finals Rodeo, NFR, 10 consecutive times from 1984 to 1993, and again in 1995 and 1996. His dominance in the arena was further cemented when he became the first bull rider to surpass $1 million in career earnings in 1993. Hedeman was not just popular on the PRCA circuit, in large part because of his co-founding of the Professional Bull Riders, PBR. Bull riding was upgraded to a standalone activity in 1992. Through increasing prize money and promoting the sport via national television broadcast, he revolutionized the bull riding industry. In 1995, Hedeman achieved the title of PBR World Champion, adding another world championship to his record and solidifying his status as one of the greatest bull riders of all time. Tuff Hedeman's championship years were marked by incredible achievements and fierce rivalries. His most famous rivalry was with the legendary bull Bodacious, considered one of the rankest bulls in rodeo history. Bodacious was a 1,900-pound yellow charbray bull with a reputation for sending numerous riders to the hospital with his violent bucking technique. Hedeman's encounters with Bodacious became the stuff of legend, showcasing both his skill and the extreme danger of professional bull riding. When Hedeman faced Bodacious for the first time in Memphis, he described how the bull's front end came up so high that his chest touched the bull's horns. Bodacious proved to be too much for Hedeman's abilities, and Tuff was unable to hold his hand on the rope. Same thing happened at their second meeting in Tampa. That time, after 5.5 seconds, Hedeman's hand broke free from the bull rope. Although he managed to hold on a little while longer, Bodacious flung him just before the 8-second mark. However, Tuff was never one to back away from a fight. On their next encounter, Hedeman achieved what few thought possible. He rode Bodacious successfully for 8 full seconds in the bull riders only tournament in Long Beach, California in 1993, scoring an amazing 95 points, a feat that very few have ever done. With just 6 rides going well out of 135 tries, this performance solidified Hedeman's standing as one of the best in the business. But the most notorious battle between them was when Hedeman drew Bodacious at the PBR World Finals held at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, in October of 1995. His riding percentage was high, he was confident, and he had the point lead by an overwhelming 300 points. Hedeman pulled Bodacious for one final ride even though they had already secured the world title. In a moment that would change both of their lives, Bodacious slammed his head back as Hedeman leaned forward, resulting in a devastating collision. Bodacious broke every bone in Hedeman's left face as he violently slammed his head back into his face. 6 titanium plates had to be inserted as part of the major reconstructive surgery needed for this horrifying accident, and he was left without a sense of taste and smell. Remarkably, just 6 weeks after this life-altering ride, Hedeman returned to the NFR final and once again drew Bodacious. In a moment that shocked the rodeo world, Hedeman got on the bull but chose to immediately dismount when the chute opened, tipping his hat to the infamous bull as it bucked away riderless. This act of self-preservation, done in a bid to keep his promise to his young son, earned Hedeman even more respect from fans and fellow riders alike. This moment of sportsmanship marked the beginning and the end for Bodacious' career. After seriously injuring another rider 2 days later, the bull was retired for the safety of the Cowboys. Hedeman later reflected on Bodacious with a mix of awe and respect, calling him a freak athlete capable of moves a bull his size shouldn't have been able to perform. Throughout his career, Hedeman's rivalry with Bodacious and other top bulls exemplified the heart-stopping drama of professional bull riding. His willingness to face the most challenging bulls combined with his exceptional skill and determination made him a fan favorite. During the 8th round of the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas on December 10, 1993, one of the biggest defeats occurred. When Hedeman was flung off a bull and landed in the arena floor, he was temporarily paralyzed, suffering a terrible injury. After receiving a herniated disc diagnosis, he had surgery 2 days later. Hedeman suffered a serious setback to his career as a rider at the height of his abilities when this injury forced him to miss the entire 1994 season. But in keeping with his moniker, Tuff didn't allow this setback to finish his career. After devoting himself to his recovery, he triumphantly resumed bull riding in 1995. His PBR World Championship victory capped off one of his most successful comeback years. The facial injuries Hedeman sustained from Bodacious in 1995 presented another major challenge. The reconstructive surgery not only altered his appearance but also resulted in the permanent loss of sense of taste and smell. Yet Hedeman's determination saw him back in the arena just weeks after the incident. Throughout his career, Hedeman endured numerous other injuries, including broken bones, concussions, and various other traumas common to the sport. Each time he demonstrated remarkable resilience, often returning to competition sooner than expected. Hedeman's ability to overcome these physical and mental challenges not only extended his career but also inspired a generation of bull riders. His toughness in the face of adversity became legendary, setting a standard for what it meant to be a professional in this dangerous sport. Tuff Hedeman's impact on the sport of bull riding extends far beyond his impressive record. Tuff Hedeman's impact on the sport of bull riding extends far beyond his impressive record of championship titles. As one of the co-founders of the Professional Bull Riders in 1992, Hedeman played a crucial role in elevating bull riding from a rodeo event to a standalone sport. Under Hedeman's leadership as the PBR's first president from 1992 to 2004, the organization grew exponentially. Prize money increased dramatically, and bull riding gained national television exposure, bringing the sport to a much wider audience. He was inducted into multiple Halls of Fame, including the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame in 1997 and the Bull Riding Hall of Fame in 2016. After retiring from competitive bull riding in 1999, Tuff Hedeman seamlessly transitioned into leadership roles within the sport. He continued as PBR president until 2004, focusing on growing the organization he helped create. In 2005, Hedeman became president of Championship Bull Riding, where he served until 2018. Recognizing the need for events that prioritize both riders and fans, Hedeman launched his own Tuff Hedeman Bull Riding Tour in 2018. Throughout his post-riding career, Hedeman has remained a respected figure in the rodeo world. He's frequently called upon as a commentator and analyst for bull riding events, sharing his vast knowledge and experience with audiences. His continued involvement in the sport ensures that new generations of bull riders and fans benefit from his expertise and passion for professional bull riding. Despite the demanding nature of his career, Tuff Hedeman has maintained a strong family life. He married Tracy Stepp on May 20th of 1986, and together they've weathered the ups and downs of his professional life. Tracy has been a constant support throughout Hedeman's career, standing by him through numerous injuries and triumphs. Hedeman is a devoted father of 4 sons, Lane, Trevor, Riker, and Rip. His family life has often intersected with his professional career in meaningful ways. For instance, after his infamous encounter with Bodacious in 1995, it was a promise to his then 3-year-old son Lane that led Hedeman to turn out Bodacious at the next NFR, a decision that earned him widespread respect. Today, Hedeman resides on his ranch in Morgan Mill, Texas, where he continues to be involved in the rodeo world while enjoying family life. His experiences as a father and husband have added depth to his perspective on the sport, influencing his efforts to make bull riding safer and more sustainable for younger generations of riders. Despite his legendary status, Hedeman remains grounded, crediting his family for keeping him focused on what truly matters beyond the arena. His impact on professional bull riding continues to shape the sport today. What's your favorite Tuff Hedeman moment? Share it with us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories about rodeo legends and the thrilling world of professional bull riding.